Hey y'all, what's up? So we back with Chase and Orlando. And baby, it's a lot going on. And I hopefully this Chase and reality TV show do not do too much just to make content because I feel like if it get too much like this, if they keep going like this, I don't know how long we'll keep watching it. But I'm here to review. Check it. Hey, what's up? My name is Mizzle. Watch my channel Mizzle14, and I'm back with a review of Chasing Orlando, Season 1, Episode 2 and 3. Episode 2 was titled Silk, Shade, and Chaos. Episode 3 was titled The Cleveland Max. The reason why I put these two together because it's kind of similar. It's like a continuation from last episode 2 to 3. So might as well combine them together. And since I didn't do a review last week, I just want to put it together. So here's whatever. If you did not watch my episode 1 review, I will put that in the description box. Not description box, but the comment section down below, so you can follow up on that if you want to catch up on my beginning review. First episode was mostly introduction into the last part of the episode was like the drama started, but it was good. So 2 and 3. 2 started when 1 ended. Cali Boy and Max was going back and forth. It was tedious. It was pointless argument between each other. I feel like Cali Boy came in way too strong and way too hot for someone who's in the 40s, try to pretend they still young and get down with the get down. I said, it is what it is. Yes, I don't feel like nobody should disrespect each other, but you came in way too hot in the conversation and trying to shun Max. So Max took offense to it and come back with you. And y'all going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it's like, all right, when does it end? So Devin walked outside. He trying to figure out what's going on. And he talked to Cali Boy. And Cali Boy was like, he explained his side of things. And maybe he realized he should have came too much. And he can move on. He can move on for what's happening. If I put the camera off because the Wi-Fi signal's acting up, and I'm trying to make sure y'all don't get messed up with it. So he can say he can put he can put it behind it. He could table it. They can move on from this. The event was successful. A lot of people came showed out. They showed out. They smoked a lot, but the only thing about it, they felt like it was no AC. So they had an issue with the AC in the building because there was not a lot of people in the building, and it was puffing and puffing, and they didn't know AC. So the people was hot. They were fanning themselves. So it's something that could do. So they feel like the event was like a solid like 9.5. They could have gave the extra half point if they had AC in the building, which is kind of crazy because he's like, yes, it's a summertime, and it's an area y'all at is normally hot, so you want to be cool. So Baby B Lindo is rehearsing. Now I know his name is B Baby Lindo, but sometimes I keep saying Baby B before B Baby, so it's the same person. It's not intentional that I'm doing it that way. It just go with it. So B Baby Lindo, he rehearsing for the Mr. Glamorous show. He didn't win, but he performed and he practiced, and he know this is like his first thing, so it's like excited for him. And he's going against people who's like been doing this for years, invented into this thing. So he is trying to make his mark in the industry and try to get his feet wet. So he didn't win the trophy, but he did give him a trophy of the most handsome at the place. I said that's cute. At least get him something. They wouldn't leave him out with anything, so they gave him something to go by. So Chef Pablo cooked for his family, and he wants to appreciate them from all their stuff, all their hard work they did for him, putting it together. I want to keep the thing off because to keep coming back on. He wants to congratulate them for all their hard work they did for his business and his event, and he want to make sure that they always there for him. And he appreciate that they had been there on his back, his vision. They created his vision, and like I said, as long as that he's successful, they will be good. So he asked for feedback. They said it was a great job. They had a good time. They enjoyed themselves. And he wanted to put another event to focus on gun violence and awareness in the neighborhood and stuff like that because it was dear to their heart. But he appreciated their help, and it was nice. Now, pause. Throughout this episode, and at least I wish that listen to me. People, stop having events that you have food and nobody's eating. I know y'all filming the scene, but we not gonna have you cook all this food for y'all not to eat. And this is supposed to be a reality TV show. So reality TV show, you cook, you eat, and y'all can talk. Why nobody cooking like that? Sitting there in the whole scene, and no food is on our table or on their plates. It's the same thing happening again. The event later on we're gonna talk about all that food, and nobody was eating. I said, "What the hell y'all was eating? Nothing, child." I said, don't put me no food and take me to places of food, and I ain't eating it. Nah, let me put some months food in my stomach before we do anything else. All right. So, Cali Boy and AR talk and about the Puff event, a Puff and Paint event, and it was a great, like I said, it was a great event, but they had no AC. So Cali Boy found out that someone was calling Pablo and talking negative about Cali Boy. They had Cali Boys going around saying this is a Cali Boy show and he runs this thing and all like that. And Pablo felt type of way back because it was his event. He paid you for you to go around saying it's your show, it's this you, your world, and kind of disrespecting Pablo and his event. And make it seem like it was all about you when it's not about you, it was about Pablo. So I understand that to the extent that it's like you going around making it seem about you, but it's me. And I said, who this person is calling Pablo and telling him these things. But hopefully that Kyler Boy and Pablo do talk and have a hash out about this. Because I don't want this to like to sour their friendship and stuff like that. So Cali Boy and Ayo go plan a pajama party. They're gonna do a pajama party. It's gonna be silk and shades. No, it's not supposed to be shade because they saying that it's not gonna be about throwing shade. It's like you wearing your shades and silk in a pajama party style. And they want everybody to come. So I said, okay, cool. So Ayo and BB Relindo they talk. And Ayo said he been entertaining for the business in 7 years. And B Baby Lindo said he been dancing for 3 years. And B Baby Lindo, BBL say that he is like tired of people coming at him because he's pretty. He be hated because he's pretty. And I said, okay, that's good. But hopefully that'll make your stitch that because you're a good looking guy, that's your whole kind of persona. Please don't do that and don't make that's a whole thing because that's not gonna be well. But I do understand some people sometimes do come after you because you're good looking or you're handsome, you're too pretty, you're too handsome, and they just don't understand that. And they want to hurt you in some kind of way because they feel threatened. But understand that. But hopefully that'll make you a whole big stitch about that. So Remini is hosting at the Savoy. He is nervous. Well, she is nervous because she said when she's on drag, you call she and her, but when she out of drag, is Tyree is he and him. So first time it's like this is the first time the cast is meeting him as Remini. And it's like nervous because they all met him as Tyree, but they never seen him in drag. So it's like first time he did his thing. They enjoyed them. They had a good time there, and that's good. So Pablo came there. And he just wanted to be respectful because he know terminology, and he wanted to make sure he introduced and use the proper pronouns when addressing women. So they asked him a question. They said, "So what the pronouns we like to be called?" He said, "When he in drag, it's she or her, but when outside of drag, it's he and him." So it's like that's good. And he like whoever the cameraman, they love to see Pablo's face because Pablo got a nice, handsome face. He's like, listen. Pablo Ayo, like a lot of cast members are fine and good looking, but Pablo Ayo, they like fine dudes. Like I just can't stop looking at them. They're so cute and everything. And it's like whoever the cameraman keep painting on Pablo's face and his facial questions and keep looking at the guy. He's a whole cast. Like, can you pan on camera so everybody, not just on his face, but it's cute. So here come the pajama event. Right? So this is how all things went left. Right? They at the event, everybody show up. I think Remini came like the last. but Devin came like second close last, but whatever. They all there. They having a good time. They meeting and greeting each other, and they all go around the table and speak. What do they do? Like a category asks that, and he also talked about he wanted to invite the people for a parade, and he going with a booth out and stuff like that, and a float, and have the guys, the cast, to be there and support him in the parade and stuff like that, and do whatever do. So they all was like, okay, cool, we're good. So they was talking about that Pablo, Devin, and Ayo are all fathers and gay fathers, and it was like, okay, because at the first episode we found out that Pablo has 3 kids, and it's like. And a lot of people say, "Oh, well, how he had kids when he gay? Because he's a man, and he's good, and doesn't mean he gay. Doesn't mean that he can't have sex, or it could be other reason why he have children. He could adopt, foster kid, whatever it is, so we can see. It's anyway, but he got 3 children, and he's a gay father. So he's like, yes, like men, it's like that. So and the Ayo, so he adopt kids, and Devin has a kid, but his kid wasn't his biological. I think he's a step parent or whatever to his, I guess, his boyfriend who have a kid, and he's like a bonus parent. So I thought that's good. And they talk about the presence, the absence of thought in their lives. And Marley he was taking everybody experiencing it because he did have the experience going on. I guess he was talking about more of his appreciation of the guy sharing his story because he had a different thing. He was a foster care system, so he didn't have that family unit. But even though before he got a system, he said he was molested by some of his family members, like 4 of them and everything. I said, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy!" And nobody protected him. And how he like a nice looking guy. I can imagine when he was young, people thought that was something, and I said that's sick thing to even think about. But these things happen in the community, and it sucks that our children's not protected when stuff like this is happening. They're not. Most of the time, they're not. So he appreciate Marty appreciate the guy sharing his story and get him insights, and he learned a lot that, and he thinks he probably missed out of his own family upbringing, and so because he didn't have that closeness like that. So they brought out a cake, and this is how everything went down. They brought out a cake, and then they burned the cake. And I said, "What they burning?" So they revealed the cake, and it it was a picture cake, and then they burned it, and it had Chasing Orlando on it. So it's cute. Now, what was an issue is that freaking Max realized and found out that his picture wasn't on the cake. Now he feels type of way about that. Now it was told. Ayo told us that Ayo told Max before the event or whatever that sorry man, it was not. It wasn't. It was intentional. It wasn't intentional. It was on a mistake. But your picture was not on the cake. So he knew. But even though I still would feel type of way about that because I said, who throwing the event? Ayo and freaking Caddy Boy doing an event, right? And Caddy Boy and Max had an argument last episode. I don't know how many nights was before this event, but it's recent. So it's not. Nobody's gonna be stupid enough to think that his face get left out of cake, cause she could be represented as or show as shadiness or pettiness, and you throwing a shade party. So it's like it's not far fetched for someone to think that you would actually cut him out of the picture. on the cake. So I understand why he would feel something way about that. I totally understand that because I probably would feel something way about it. Now, would I make a whole big deal in the whole scene? Maybe not, because that's who I am. But I want to mention it. I said that and that's messed up that you didn't have my cake, and you was not gonna put everyone on there. You could at least put just Chasing Orlando logo around the cake and call it a day. But yes, if the picture didn't have it or whatever the picture was blurry, maybe the person could have told whoever the cake maker could have told the person, the client, say, "Listen, this picture cannot be used because one of the pictures are blurry and we can't use this cake, or we can't use the picture, or you want something else, or some whatever happening." Or call the cake maker and say, "Listen, this picture I showed that it's not looking right. Do not use this picture. We're gonna use something else." Either way, something should be done. But it was last minute, like according to AO in the next episode, it was last minute, and it wasn't something intentional to leave him off. It just happened so quickly. It just did it for him. Last minute, that's what happened. But I said, even though you had to understand, he will feel the type of way about that. Whatever. So Gemini, he came there and he was like on one. Gemini was on one. Now I like to tell you that because how it led to little more on explains because I said when he was on one, he said he was really drinking. He had an event. He could have been here. Everybody's on arguing with each other. Everybody's saying cake. He was over it. He said, "Why are you arguing about cake? This is crazy." And then he was talking about the dip was not good and stuff like that. He was criticizing and was not here for it. So everybody's over it. Everybody's arguing. Devin is upset because he said, "What's going on? What we here for?" Because I could be over here sucking my man's dick and stuff like that and being home. And I don't know why I'm over here dealing with this. And y'all arguing, you yelling over people, and you not people talking. He upset because Pablo is over yelling at people and not getting to speak, and he's just like be a dictator, whatever he's trying to be. And people need to speak, and he's not letting them speak. So he's upset with that. And he said, "Stop yelling at people and doing this." And he said, "Stop yelling at people," or he just messed up this whole place, right? So at the end of the day, all that going on, Devin punched the cake. And I said, "Now, why the cake did that? What did the cake do to you? What did the cake do to you? I don't understand this. Why?" So it was like really whack for him to do that to the cake. Punch the cake. I said, "Did anybody even eat the cake yet? Did anybody even eat yet?" That's another thing. It was another party with food and nobody eating. So Ayo's offended because Devin punched the cake and he had ordered the cake, and that's like, "Why are you punching it?" Now he's upset. Catty Boy is pissed because it's like, what the hell's going on? So now everybody is going over the couch. Devin's over it. He said he could have been home doing something, and I'm over here. You need to stop yelling at people and everything. So Ayo decided to do an icebreaker to like calm the tension down and do something. But I was saying, listen, the tension's already up. Maybe you should do something to get everybody loosened up to have a good time. Why are we doing icebreaker when you know some people probably don't know each other and they might take what the person said to heart? And that's exactly what happened. Here, the icebreaker said, "Let's go around, and when you have this thing on your hand, item, you will have to speak to someone. You're going to have a hat going around. Pick the name out the hat. Whoever name you got to tell that person what you thought about them, a good thing you thought about them with the first impression, and a bad thing or something that you thought something different." So I said, "Oh, what you like or dislike about the person, basically. And based on first impression." I said, "I don't know, this gonna go well, but let's go." So Gemini doing what he was doing. He's sitting there. I guess when Ayo picked out Devin's name, right? No, before that, Max said something, right? Max was talking to Gemini. He said, "Gemini, when I first met you, everything, you was very quiet, you was doing everything, but now, like, You have a lot of energy. You good. You talking everything, and I'm so shocked, and I'm happy about that. So remember, I said, see, this was the time that I had with everything because when our professor come around into the group, and I gonna be not doing all this like that, and I gonna be around and be hee hee ha ha and be all open like that. But when I get comfortable with y'all, then I can do what I do. And I said, but Michael said, wait, hold up. Calm down. I didn't try to go off at you. I was just saying that when I first saw you was a little reserved, and I'm happy that you opened up more. But he just kind of flipped Max's head. I said, "What the hell's going on? Why are you upset?" So he said, "Cool." He said, "Okay, yeah, I know." I was like, but I said, "Oh, right, damn." I said, "Damn, girl, I guess, child." So when Ao took Devon name out the hat, he said that Devon's is animated. And we know Devin's anime because that's in the first episode. I like how Devin antics is, like how he get out the car, how he's walking, how he's doing all this. He's very animated. Yes, he's animated, just like Gemini could be animated, like and Catboy was. So while he was saying that, Gemini was laughing a little too hard over that. So Devin's already on one. So he said, "Why are you laughing so hard?" Like that. So they going back and forth, Gemini and Devin going back and forth because Devin's on one, Gemini ain't on one, and they going back and forth and everything. You need to calm down, you need to calm down, this is that. And then they start talking about throwing shade at each other and how many houses you sold? You ain't sold nothing. Everything you nobody, and like that. He said, well, you need to go home with your colonizer, and he said you need to go home and something like that. So women and I got offended about that. So he said something to Devin and Flinkin, and then he threw a towel on Devin's face. Now listen, y'all. Throwing something in front of my face is like assault. So it's like, come on, somebody will feel type of way. So I don't blame Devin for getting pissed off because it's like Gemini. It's one thing we going back and forth arguing, me in our own different spaces, and long people don't touch each other. But you throw a towel in his face, and you expect him not to respond. Come on now, you have to understand that he will have to respond. So that's what he did. He responded. He upset, trying to get everybody out. Gemini out the door. Trying to get Devin to calm down. And here, baby Lindo twerking and stuff. Everybody twerking. I said, why are we twerking in the middle of argument? I don't understand that. It's like people do that. We arguing, everybody want to twerk. Like, what is that? Like a taunted twerking. I said, oh my God. So remember I came back in and he was on like the chair and he was trucking on the chairs like that. So Devin's upset. He's on one. And he said, listen, everybody get my effed up. So he lifted up the table and flipped it on Gemini. Now, Gemini is pissed off because he got all this freaking entrees and appetizers, desserts, and salads and fruits and vegetables all on him and cake. And now he's going over trying to come after Devin. Nobody hit each other. So got Gemini out. Devin, Boy's pissed and everything. And he's like, I gotta pay for this. This is crazy. And breaking up stuff like that. And Devin's apologizing. He's apologizing. He said, listen, Ao started cleaning up. And he said, no, let me get the broom. Let me clean up. He said, no, I don't want you to clean up. And stuff like that. And he said, he trying to clean up. Devin trying to clean up. He said, I apologize. I shouldn't have did it. Sorry. But he threw a towel in my face. And nobody said nothing, but he threw a towel in my face. And I was like, yeah, y'all kind of overlooked that. Gemini threw a towel in his face and he got him upset. And that's that. But then we saw the room. I said, maybe that wasn't his room. Maybe he rented that room for like a hotel or Airbnb or something like that. And they trashed the place. So now he got to pay for that. And that's why he was upset. And I said, I understand why he's upset. So it continued on to next episode 3, where Caddy Boy's pissed. Devin apologizing. He wants to clean up. And Caddy Boy said, I was on your side until you flipped the table. But I would say, yes. But nobody said anything about him throwing a towel in his face. And he kept saying that. Y'all just let him sit there throwing a towel in my face. Nobody say nothing to him. But when I react, I'm the issue. Okay. So Max and Chef met up and they told us that they talk on the phone. They try to get to know each other. So Max and Chef do talk a lot on the phone and get ideas and advice and stuff like that. And Max apologized to Pablo for going back and forth with Cali Boy at his event. That was big of him to do so. And about his behavior. And then Pablo went to talk Max about how he felt about Cali Boy going last night. It's his show, and I paid you. It's like that. Now, Pablo Boo, I like you, and you handsome man. Can you stop talking confession with your neck up? He always talking like this in the confessional. So you see this, and he said his hands and face coming down, and we can see his face. He always talking like this, and I don't like that. And I said, "Come stop, show me your neck." When you showing your full face, it's cute and nice. But you doing like this is like you making your things like, what is you hiding? You could all be a nose and everything. So that's that. So they talk. They had a good time. They meet and they talk about no, that's it. They had a good time. They toast and get to know each other more, and they eat. They ain't touch the food while the whole time in the scene they eating. They ain't touch the food. Had the pancakes in and sitting there, it's all cold and stuff. While they were drinking their food, drinking. So Ayo is finding the venues for his lash line. He said it's like a soft relaunch of his lashes line, and he brought his mom with him because she got things to say and opinions, and he value opinions and stuff like that. So it was cute, but he did tell us that it took a minute for his mom to be acceptable that he was gay and everything because he didn't tell her personally that he was, but she had to find out, and it took a while to get over that. But to the point, they got they got past that hurdle. They good, and now she like to get her lashes done because her son could do lashes. So it's great, and they good now. I said no, that's good because you gotta give her some time. Sometimes you might not get parents. Some parents may not even come around, and that's why you create your family of people who will love you, accept you. But some people might be okay with that. Just be honest and straight up, and fine. So but it's not always clear cut like that because some people just got horror stories about coming out to their family. They get thrown out the house, get cut off, and that's not something I wish anybody go through at all. So Max wants to go to Orlando Beauty and Networking event into beauty industry event. Every year they throw one, and he want to connect them, make some connections, get some products, and networking so he could build up his brand and his business. He do it at what he does enthusiastic now. He's an Indonesian, whatever. He worked with skin, aesthetician, and aesthetics. So damn, took me a while. And so he want to add a white teeth or teeth whitening business to his business. And I said, that's good. And it's aesthesian, and it's aesthetics. And that's good. So Pablo, he got some graduation orders coming up to go out and make graduation cakes. And he got to get some stuff. So, but at the same time, he brought up Caliber over there to kill two birds with one stone and have a conversation. And he just wanted to get down and see what happened. And talk about what happened at the night, how you feel about things, and said, yes, women I was on one that night. Pablo said that, and I do agree. And he talked about the whole cake thing. And he said, yeah, if I'm a cake maker, I would say if the picture not right, I want to call the client, say this picture cannot use, and what's going on, so like that. That's what I would have done. And that's what professional would have done. But at the same time, if the picture was blurry and the picture that Max gave you was not good, maybe you should not use the pictures and use something else if you couldn't get everyone on the cake. So it said they both was out of line in some way, shape, or form. Gemini was messed up because he threw the thing at Devin's face, and it could blew out proportion. And Devin's behavior was not acceptable either. But at the same time, we understand why he did what he did. So Brian's having a party. Brian is B Baby Lindo's name, right? And they say it's an open invite. So they don't know how they feel about the open invite, but it was on social media as an open invite. So okay, cool. And they had to wear purple. So Devin and his fiance, listen, y'all, Darius. Devin and Darius look alike. They look like they could be brothers. I'm sorry. They look like they are related. And I wish, listen, don't get me wrong. Devin's a nice looking guy and his boyfriend's handsome. But y'all look like y'all related. Y'all better hopefully y'all not connected and related to each other because this is crazy. They look alike. They could be brothers. Now Devin could be the younger brother and Darius could be the oldest brother. They look alike. They have similar features and everything. They're not identical, but they have features that like resemble each other, like they could be siblings, right? So that was kind of weird. I was, oh my gosh, look at his fiance, and then fiance look, yeah, look alike in some way, shape, or form, like you're related. But nevertheless, but he wants to talk to this person that who's always have his back, and he say he's going through depression and open up his business, like having a business his own, like his first year or whatever it is, generally on his own. So it's a lot going on of balancing those two. And I don't think he ever said he was diagnosed, but he said he didn't want to take no medication or go to a therapist because therapists is there to get paid. But I say yes, therapists is there to get paid, but just like doctors and lawyers and everything. Everybody got to work for money. You not renting houses or selling houses for free. So at the end of the day, I think everybody got to make their money and stuff like that. If you don't want to talk to therapists, at least talk to someone that you could trust and understand and keep you healing. But you need to talk to someone. It's not hard. Well, it could be hard for some people to understand that, but it is what it is. So it was great to balance in that. He felt overwhelmed, but as long as you self heal, and he always say he said something that resonated. That he said he always an upbeat person that was smiling like that, make people have a good time. But he want to know people do the same thing to him. It's like, where can I get the person who could be my cheerleader or uplift me or be happy for me? But I say that's great and all, but it's not always good to look at external validation to make you feel good. I think it starts from within and outward. So when you work on yourself and you're happy within on your inner self, your inner turmoil, your inner energy, chakra, then things will be happy for you. Have a better outlook in life. Instead of looking for people who can fulfill that, because some people not going to probably fulfill that. And they might be going through their own things to indicate to what's going on. And then yes, they'll lose that the light ofness of be happy and smiles and dim your light for anybody else. And so they're having marriage next summer, and they're working on that. So it's cute. That's nice. But I said, child, make sure he's not your brother though. So B Baby Lindo have his party, Brian. Cali Boy, Ayo, and Marley got there first. They was in purple. They was like in there for like 2 something hours before other people showed up. And I said, oh, child, y'all probably got there way too early. I don't know. So, but then they can say, oh, that food. But I said, y'all gonna make plates or something? Because I said, we're not gonna sit here and fighting and stuff like that, and we're not eating. Come on now. So everything went to the left here. So this what happened. Caliboy and Max talk. So I guess it was something about the cake. I said, oh, now we're gonna talk about this cake business. What happened? What went down? And everything. And Caliboy was explaining his side and what he said, what happened, and he realized that AL talked to you, and this is what happened, and that's yada yada yada. So Pablo was saying this is what he want to have done, and this was something. AO was saying this is last minute. My cousin did it. It's not what it wasn't intention that I did it. It just was happening so quickly. It's what it is. But AO just felt like every way about Pablo should have said that we boys and like that. He tried to shun me and stuff like that. At the end of the day, this wasn't he say he would do. It's like that. So now Pablo said, listen, I don't want to talk about this cake anymore. This is like ridiculous. So they going back and forth and everything. And I think Cowboy was trying to make peace with everything. So Max was for this. He said, oh, what? He's like, you always have an issue with me. Some of the things that you're trying to do, shade and everything. And Cali Boy was trying to like come peace and say, listen, he came to me. I respect that. You saying you gave him good energy. So I was like, I didn't come after you like that because at the end of the day, there was no issue, no beef. We good. So Mac would say, listen, so what's going on? Because you kept saying Devin and everything, but you said my name in the conversation. So explain to me what's going on. What you mean by that? Explain to me. So Candy Boy tried to explain. He said, tell me about Devin. Explain to me what's going on. He said, okay, let me speak. Let me tell you. But Max kept over talking to him. I said, Max, if you want him to answer, you got to let him speak. You can't keep interrupting him. Let the guy speak. But he wasn't doing that. I said, oh, child. He kept over talking to the guy. I said, oh. I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know how this will go about with these two people, but that's that. So in some way, shape, or form, it got heated, and then Catty Boy get upset, and Max get upset, a little bit heated, and then Catty Boy called Max a bitch. So Max was upset with that. He said, "Oh, yeah, you calling me a bitch?" So he getting up, looked like he was about to fight and everything, and they got Catty Boy upset. And he's going on, and he coming after him. So Catty Boy felt threatened. Now they going back and forth. They heightened, yelling, and then we see Max twerking in the middle of our conversation again. I was like, why are we twerking in the middle of conversation? What the hell is going on? So I would say, y'all are disrespectful to Brian. And see, this I don't like that. So they got Catty Boy out the door. AO got Catty Boy out the business. It's like that. Max and Pablo next to together, and Brian sat next to Max. It's like that. So it was that. Then Marley tried to say, "What's going on? Y'all disrespectful to Brian and stuff like that." Now Max say, "Don't come in my face and nothing like that. Don't say nothing because at the end of the day, yada." So I'm saying, for me, it's like personally, Marley, if you try to keep the peace, right? And he's the one I'm gonna say, listen, this is no, y'all should not be disrespectful like that. Y'all should be respect Brian. Let it be. And I probably walked away. Because he was gonna get you to agitate it. But then Marley got in freaking Max's face, which I didn't understand that. Why was the reason you get in his face? That was not needed at all. So he got in his face, then Max felt threatened, so he pushed Marley and they started fighting. They really dumping and fighting. And I said, please, can we not fight and argue every episode? This is the third episode, and we had arguments and fighting. And I don't say, is y'all don't know each other? Y'all know each other? Y'all have beef or something? Because we not understanding all this stuff is happening. Like how it escalates to that point. Now I don't feel like Marley feel like he don't want to be tested and he's not the one to be tested with. But I say that's not the way to make peace of the situation and calm everyone down when you agitate the guy further when he's already on one to get in his face like that. So I would say that was too much. They dumping and dumping on the floor. They is hitting, fighting to the storm. And that's how the episode ended. So it'll continue for next week. But y'all, that would Chase Orlando. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell me how y'all feel about this episode. And let me know your thoughts. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.